means to me is to be yourself, and to always be in control of yourself, and always to be aware of your surroundings and who you affiliate yourself with. And hip hop has taught me to express myself and deal with what you are going through.
Welcome to a brand new episode of A Walk with Mel. Today we are getting down and getting to know the one and only Graham Valetine. Welcome to the show. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so
it's
much
so
for having me,
cool
Mel.
to see
It's
you.
an honor to be on your
Be
show.
around you. Oh, thank you so much, man.
Such a great platform that you're creating for the artists. It's really dope.
Oh, thank you so much, Graham. Ek ken vir jou van 'n lekker tydjie af al, né?
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been dancing, and to me, you've always been dope. I think I started late, so I saw you when you were you were great. And I mean, ons almal begin nie kwaai nie. Ons almal begin nie. Ek weet nie van jou af van jou af nie, maar
No,
ek het nie.
definitely.
I didn't start kwaai. I didn't start
We all
kwaai.
need to start somewhere.
Yes, but tell us, was it always something you were into? Were you introduced? Who introduced you into dancing? Hoe het dit gebeur vir jou, man?
I have to say I've always actually been inspired by Michael Jackson before I started to dance, obviously. You know, I used to watch the home tapes and all
Baby,
that
like
stuff, yeah. But when my dance, where I actually really started to become interested in dancing was when a friend of mine introduced me to Kramp. So, which was back in
Ek glo dit. Ek het jou gesien al. Ek het jou al gesien.
2007. Yeah.
That's so dope, and I mean, you developed, you're doing great things, and I mean, now I love that you're traveling, you're teaching and choreographing overseas, which is amazing. But I remember when I was part of Basic Black Throwback, and I remember you guys did a duo, yourself and Craig.
Yes.
And you guys qualified to go overseas, and
Yep,
you placed
yep.
first place.
Yep.
Tamil plekken. Nie in Afrika nie, overseas. That is levels. And I remember seeing you guys practice that routine over and over and over again. And I know with that competition, they put on any song, or is it your song that they play? Is it your song or do they put on?
No, they actually play their own music.
So you need to be adaptable.
Yeah, you need to be on point
On
with-
point, and you, man, your energy was hoog, julle was hier, julle was daar,
Yeah,
julle was
no-
oral, and the routine was dope. What was that experience like, and to place first place?
Yeah, so as I said, when I started experimenting into all the styles or whatever, actually getting to your previous question, going into this question, I then was introduced to a studio, and I met my partner, Craig Harker. He's a very close friend of mine, and we just thought, look, we're in the studio together. Why do us not just like elaborate together on everything? And we decided, okay, look, let's just form a duo, and let's try and just do this competition, which is SADTA, which is
Sabot now.
Sabot now.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And yeah, that was actually the first time I actually started choreographing,
Really?
like sticking to a fixed piece and stuff, you know.
Wow.
We entered a few competitions locally first in South Africa, because it's like you need to have points to qualify to the
Yes,
international
of course. Yes, I know, yeah.
So basically what we did was the first few local competitions, we didn't really know the criteria and what they were looking for and stuff. We did fairly good, but not good enough, you know.
But it's
And
good because
then-
now you're learning.
Exactly. We went back to our roots and just, revised on everything and got some feedback from some people in the industry and whatever. And from there onwards, we just, practice and made sure we focus on each element.
And you were clean,
and
yeah.
just make sure that we represent in our style, you know what I mean? It was really tough at first because it was about 90 plus duo partners.
Sure.
Yeah, so when we all get on stage, it's all chaos because there's so many people
Yes.
dancing at once.
And you need to
stuff.
stay focused.
You
And
need to stay
almal wat hier
focused,
om
you
jou
know.
is.
So it was about at least 7 rounds that we had to do to actually place in the finals.
Wow.
Because one round consists of 3 rounds basically.
Sure.
So
That's intense,
it's
bruh.
really intense.
But I mean, first place, was it like a verlichting? Like, I was like,
Yeah,
yo.
to be honest with you, we really didn't know that we would place first because, I mean, at the international competition, there's so many other dancers, you know.
Yeah.
So many other people that you see. It's quite intimidating.
Of course, it is.
yeah, and then when we made semi-finals, we were like amazed. We were like,
That's
yo,
already like...
yeah, like that was already an achievement for us. And then we obviously made finals and stuff, and there was this one duo partner that was actually world champs before.
Wow.
And they were much older than us. We were about 16 at the time.
Yo.
And they were about probably in their 20s or something.
Hectic, bruh.
Yeah, so we were actually,
You're
when
up
we
with
won,
experienced people now. Yeah.
when we won, because we were in the adult section,
Yeah.
and we were the youngest duo partners there, and obviously as a youngster and you're looking up to all these people, you're
That's
like,
amazing,
there's
though.
no chance, you know what I mean?
Yes, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, and then we were waiting there, and then they eventually announced that we were
amazing.
world champs and stuff, and yeah, it was just such an amazing
That is
moment,
beautiful,
you know?
man. And I mean, you guys, in 2015, you guys went back again.
Yes, we went back to compete.
Yeah, and you placed third again.
Yes,
like
that
what?
was in
like,
Italy.
Yeah, like how do you stay consistent, man? Like, I mean, to place in like it's world champs. This is
Yeah.
not like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you stay consistent?
I think for staying consistent in that specific competition.
Because each competition is different. I get you.
Exactly. The format that they have, you know, you need to just work around with that format, but also give them of yourself, you know what I mean?
I get you.
So there's a certain criteria that you have to abide
You can't
to.
expect to just do your own thing
Yes.
and then expect a win. But
Exactly,
you need to
they're very-
understand. You need to understand with each competition there's a criteria.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were looking for certain things,
Yes.
especially very fundamentals of hip hop.
Yes,
They
I
were
get
very
you.
strict on that, and for being consistent is always entering the competition. So it took us took us at least a year
Sure.
to actually
I see what a
to
nothing.
learn our lesson, if you know
I
what that
get
means.
you.
So it took us about a year to actually learn what the process was and how
Wow.
we could actually
Improve.
mold ourselves into actually conforming to the
Yeah, I
criteria,
get
but
you.
at the same time being unique.
Amazing.
And yeah, because a lot of times people get caught up, you know,
It is, yeah.
in what they're looking for, and then they all start to do the same thing.
I get you, and it's so
So-
important to know who you are as well and add that
Yes.
flavor to it.
For being consistent, I would say just being consistent in entering that competition.
Yes.
And yeah, just
And understanding the criteria.
and
yeah.
understanding what are they looking for.
Exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
then a last just few random questions before we take a break, because I mean we're gonna still speak about you starting to choreograph for Basic Black.
Yep.
Doing Dancestar, and then obviously teaching overseas, which is amazing. But what is the vision for you ultimately as an artist? What do you want people to take away from you?
Well, it's a deep question.
Yeah, if
actually.
you choreograph, if you do your thing, whether you're battling, whether you're teaching, what do you want people to take away from you, and what is the vision for you? Like, where do you see yourself?
Well, I see myself as a very flexible artist.
Mm.
So I like to actually touch on a few things within the entertainment industry.
Just
So
what
I'm very interested in videography, you know, obviously music. I'm very
Yo,
interested
dope.
in music, obviously, and yeah, just find myself everywhere. Maybe like I did a few commercials before,
Love it.
so I learned how it was to be on set.
Yes.
And,
You're
seeing
opening up that
things.
field.
Yes, just being in that field and just seeing how things are done from a different perspective.
So
Because
true.
it all links together, you know.
Well
So I
said.
see myself basically just being in the industry and just being very flexible. You know,
Sure. Because what
knowing where and where I can find myself and
I
like,
get
mold
you.
myself
Because
into.
I do the same thing. Like I
into-
love dancing,
Yeah.
but we do the show as well, and I love acting as well. So
Exactly.
it's different. It's still entertainment, but it's different things.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you're still performing.
Yes.
It's still in the maybe behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you're shooting, but you still understand it's a different
Yeah.
aspect of, but still in the
and I mean
entertainment.
you evolving as well as an artist, you know,
Yes.
because you see like wow, you actually never knew you would find yourself doing that when
Got you.
So yeah, it's actually quite weird, but it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah, for sure. People, we're taking a quick break on a walk with Mel. Please check this man out on Instagram. In the meantime, we're going to get down for the second half of the show. So get yourselves ready, trek 'n paar tikkies aan. Sy kan met sokkies of kaalvoetjies nog 'n bietjie lekker nat kap hier op 'n walk with Mel. Yeah, buddy.
Well, I see myself as a very flexible artist, so I like to actually touch on few things within the entertainment industry. What hip hop means to me is to be yourself, and to always be in control of yourself, and always to be aware of your surroundings and who you affiliate yourself with. And hip hop has taught me to express myself and deal with what you are going through. Dance has taught me just to always take the initiative to do things. Don't wait on other people to do it first. Dance has also taught me to I need like being comfortable with feeling uncomfortable.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
People, it is a walk with Mel. Welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, we are getting down and getting to know Graham Valetine. And what you just said just touched me. Julle het al sien hy move. Julle moet dit glo. Hy wat alipad boe hier op 'n walk with Mel. It's so cool what you just said about being uncomfortable, being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because I've experienced that a lot of times. And I say, I took myself, man. As amper soos ek kan nou nie uncomfortable
Yeah.
be. But if you don't know the style, you're going to be uncomfortable. And that's how you
Exactly.
grow, you know. So thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, I want to touch on you stepping into as being the choreographer of
Okay.
Basic Black. How did that happen? And then changing competitions, mentioning Dancestar, etc. And
Yes.
let's talk about those achievements there.
I started out first just choreographing for myself and choreographing for my duo partner and I. It wasn't actually like I never thought of it as like a big thing, to come up with a routine.
Yes.
And like to me it didn't stand out as you a choreographer. To me it was just like
You're just
I'm a
dancing.
dancer, and I'll just try to remember things that I did and just put it together.
Yo.
It started out like that for me,
Yo.
and then people started like commenting on my work and stuff, telling me like your style is cool, I like your style, whatever. And then it actually got to me, like look, you got something going,
Possible.
it's possible, so why not just try and tap into it? And then I eventually tapped into it, and then I approached my coach, telling her, look, I feel like I'm ready to take the step now, to actually just go into choreographing a team. And
man, oh man.
and
That's
yeah,
all those spills. This is the part that choreo was dope.
But
you
yeah,
guys,
so-
yourself and Rudy Smith is obviously
yes,
you guys.
so
have
Rudy
choreographed.
Smith and I are working together on a collaborative. We work on collaborative pieces together.
Amazing.
For the team. And yeah, it's just been amazing working alongside Rudy,
Amazing. And I mean, you guys play as overseas gaat het goed. In
Ja,
Dansa,
ja.
het is international okay, maar vertel joy for us. I mean,
So yeah, our first competition that we did for Dancestar was in 2017, which was the qualifiers here in South Africa, Cape Town. And thereafter, we qualified obviously to go to Croatia.
yes.
In 2018 in May. We eventually went. We got the whole team there. It was a huge effort, but we eventually
En
got
het is niet
there.
makkelijk. Hè?
Yeah, it's always hard with working out visas and all that,
And also raising funds.
raising
and, yeah.
funds and all that, I would say hurdles to get over
Yes.
over there.
But it builds character.
Yeah. And then we eventually qualified and we went through, and we were among, I think there was about 10 10 formation groups.
Yeah.
in our category because they separate the A League from the B League.
Yo,
So you
I
get
get you.
A League and you get B League.
Got you.
So we qualified for the A League. So there's
Beautiful.
only 10 in our category because obviously of the points that they
Yes.
gave you. Yeah, there was teams from all around the world.
Beautiful.
Slovakia, Hungary, Austria.
That's
you
mad,
know.
bruh. And you guys placed first.
Yeah, we placed first in our category,
Sure,
which
that's
was a huge surprise to all of us. But I mean, we worked hard, you know,
Is makkelijk, yeah.
and we've been entering competitions. But yeah, it was
That's so
really
dope.
tough, but
That's so dope.
we pulled through with that, and we were eventually that same day we placed first in the category.
Sure.
They mentioned that we were nominated to actually do the gala evening.
Yes, I saw that.
So the gala
Levels.
evening
It's
is
like, it's like
yeah,
it's like
you know,
levels. Yeah, it's like it's like right up. I get you. I get you.
So yeah, the gala evening is like the top 10 of all the best performances, whether it's solo,
I get you.
duos, group, you know.
But Amo
it's
performed that
all
ad.
the best in the top 10, and yeah, we placed in 2018 in the gala night we placed 4th.
That is beautiful.
Which
That
was
is so dope. I just want to tell the
unexpected.
viewers that Ruby is here.
Yeah.
Ruby's joined us. I mean, Ruby's also actually the choreographer for him. Ruby is the one that gives ideas. So don't you ever, that's what is so grounded. And then, I mean, you went again and then you stayed over there and you started teaching. I want to
Yes.
get to that. You
Okay.
started teaching over there, which is amazing. You can mention the countries. Want
Yes,
Ali
yes.
lande, want jy is so aan die brand. And you also competed and you placed, which is amazing. Tell us about that experience and how did that happen for you?
So in 2018 when we got back from Croatia, qualifiers was immediately three months after that.
Yeah.
So we had to qualify again, and then back when we were there in 2018, I've obviously networked with some people,
Of course.
established some connections there with a few friends, met a few amazing people, you know. And then I just thought to myself, look, next time I go overseas, I need to actually just take advantage
Yes.
of being there, you know, getting the most out of it. Yeah, and I called up my one friend that lived in Austria. He has have his own studio
Okay.
over in Austria and stuff, and I linked up with him and we spoke, and I told him, look, I would actually love to just come over, you know,
And just teach and,
and
share.
just teach and just learn from people, from all the choreographers,
Yeah.
and from him as well, because
Yeah.
he's actually a very good break dancer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then 2018 we went through and everything worked out for me. I
Amazing.
got in Austria not knowing that there was going to be competitions. The first competition I did, I just thought, okay, they were looking for dancers, and I just thought, let me just battle whatever.
Yeah.
And it turned out really good. I placed second in the first competition.
Bro.
And then the other competition, which is also just like a spontaneous moment with my friend and I, we just went and we came across there's actually a competition happening. We went there and yeah, I told myself, look, I'm not going to get this opportunity again.
was fat, bro.
And he was just, you know, he was trekking on me all the time. Look, you need to go, you
This
need
is
to go.
so dope.
And then, yeah, I went and I placed second again.
Yo, bruh.
I was like, yo.
You're so close.
So
But you
close.
know what it shows us? Because I am entering overseas as well. I feel like it's possible.
Yeah,
It is possible for us. What would you say, looking at international, the lifestyle there, dancing-wise, and here, what comparing to the two? What can we learn from them? What can they learn from us?
Well, what I would say about international, about the mindset,
Yes.
it's so different. They do it. I wouldn't say that we're not doing it for the love, but it's not still to impress anybody. It's just to dance, to be you. You know what I mean?
They don't
Like,
really care about people.
a lot of what I've realized is what's happening now is with this whole social media. We have the same thing as happening everywhere around the world, like with this all the social media apps and stuff, and dancing to be on social media.
Got
It's
you.
like the real dancers' voices are being lost.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
So that is actually a thing
It's
I
about the likes
noticed.
and the views and the
Yeah,
stuff,
that's something
yeah.
I actually noticed, which is a
Yo,
worldwide.
that's true.
It's a worldwide thing, you know. And what I've noticed is that we need to use the platforms that we have to our best of our ability, especially now now that we've actually been through lockdown,
Sure,
people have
bruh.
actually realized that, look, we need these platforms
We do.
to actually
But
get
use
us.
it in a clever way.
Use it in a clever way, you know.
Got you.
Not to let social media manipulate you.
Yes.
But you
Still be in control.
still being in control, you know what I mean?
Got you.
So yeah, what I would say, another thing is, from overseas compared to here, is I would say is just understanding understanding the level of hip hop and why you are here. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people there, they're all themselves in terms of
you.
character. You know what I mean?
They know who they are.
They know who
And
they
that's
are.
one of the main things in hip hop.
Exactly. Whether there's 5 or 4 people out, they all just be themselves and just
And it's okay.
lab. You know what I mean?
I
Instead
get what
of
you're saying.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love
I
that you
don't know
share
if
that. No,
it's-
I get you because even when
Actually,
I also
it's really
traveled, I got that.
difficult to actually get to
Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying because a lot of the people, sometimes it's like where we feel they follow, man.
yeah.
They follow and they do not die. So
Yes.
it's cool to be inspired, but I think it's important, and that's the main thing to me. You need
Yes.
to know who you are. Dus baie mense begin shows.
Yes.
And it's you can't copy what we are doing. You can
Yes.
try and get inspired. But ons weet wie ons is. Ons weet ons praat soos die.
Yes.
Ons sit hier op die gras en Ruby saam. You know, so
Yes.
we try, that's who we are. And we're
Yes.
okay with that. So it's the same thing with life. It's important to understand who you are when it comes to dancing and all of those things. And
Yes.
stick to who you are. Learn the stuff, but be who you are and be
Be
okay
who you
with that.
are. Be okay
You've
with
done
that,
amazing in a
yes.
lot of things. And I mean, we're not going to get to everything. So just the highlights in your journey. I know you've touched on some commercial stuff. What commercial things you've done. Highlights for you, whether it's competitions. What has been the highlights for you on your dance journey so far?
Well, the highlights for me is just being able to actually travel overseas. Like I traveled overseas for about 7 times, already 8 times, which is a huge privilege
It's
for
major,
me.
yeah, that's bad.
Because not everybody gets that opportunity.
Exactly.
So I'm actually just really grateful for that, you know. And then my highlights for me on my journey is obviously meeting the new people and how they influence my perspective on dancing. Because me as a dancer growing up in South Africa, sometimes there's a certain way that you need to do things here. When you get overseas, it's
Totally different.
totally turned around.
Got you.
You know, so I've actually learned a tactic from both
I
sides.
get what
you
you're
know
saying.
what I mean?
And I think with you, you that kind of person. You try and understand something. Like when you
Yes.
enter competitions, jy weet hier, dis wat ek moet doen.
Yes.
And that's clever.
Yeah.
And that's cool advice even for people watching. If you want to do a certain competition, get the understanding and the criteria of the competition. The same with you saying now, this is South Africa, things are being done this way here.
Yeah.
I go over to Austria, that's how they do things.
Yeah.
Once you understand that, dan kan jy
Yes.
thrive.
Exactly. And just understanding the ropes, you know.
Yeah.
And just executing and all of that. And then what I would say is another highlight is obviously placing, you know, like gold, silver, or bronze.
Sure.
Doesn't really matter
I
to
get
me.
you.
But it's nice to see, man, that
It's
your
worth
work
it.
is being noticed. You know, so like 2013 when my duo partner and I placed first, my first time ever
Sure.
getting gold of my own choreography, I was like,
That's
what?
levels, bro. That's
You know, it really
levels.
didn't hit me until, you know, when you start to see how, I wouldn't say how people treat you, but like how it's valued, man.
Because you're in it, you don't see it, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
then again, choreographing for Basic Black, we placed
Sure.
first,
It
twice,
just shows that ek is op die regte pad.
double world champs, you know.
Sure, levels,
for
bro.
our team, which was also a huge
That's
achievement.
major. That's major.
Yeah, and then just featuring in commercials.
That's mad, bro.
um,
Because you're touching in that world as well.
Yeah. So featuring in commercials, which I never thought was possible, and just being a part of that.
Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, if I have to mention KFC,
You can mention, yeah.
Volvo.
Valdo
yeah,
ook, bro.
yeah,
Zijn we
there's
op
a,
plek in?
there's a few,
Dus zie jij dan?
a few music videos as well. Youngster.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Youngster,
shout
lekker
out
man.
Youngster.
That's dope. That's dope. And it's
YGen,
cool
YGen.
because the thing is, you're so chilled about it, you're so grounded about it, and that's the cool thing. Social media, where can people follow you? Where can people catch you? So they will see your week. Where can they get you?
People can follow me on Instagram. I'm more active on there. Creator G at Creator G. That's my handle. Just Creator G. yeah.
Awesome
that's the
stuff.
vibe.
You've given enough advice for me today that I can take to everyone out there. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, man. Jy inspire sommer vir my regtig. Maar ek gaan 'n paar
inspire
klasse
me.
kom vat hier. Julle kan vir ons go join. Also, please check out Basic Black also on all social media platforms. People, it is a walk with Mel. Thank you so much for joining us.